It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Bears, and it's coming up next.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave what the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
This defense for the Bears, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 3rd down, Johnson. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on 1st down. Herrick, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 19 carries, 84 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll make it 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Johnson's throw into the hands of Pitts here. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down now, Herrick, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So here are the Bears banked up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
8 yards to go on second down. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Yes, sir.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
A carry here for the big tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. On first down, Fields. And he rifles one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
26, Mike. 26, Mike. 3 bucks.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he will have the Bears first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
I got it. Right there. 54.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's Hill, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go, baby.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the ball, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown.
Personal foul. This is roughing the tackle.
That's disgusting.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Johnson. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes. but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap, Fields. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On 1st down, it's Montgomery, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fields. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Let's do this.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Watch out for Hill on the return. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
There we go.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Fields. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Here we go.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Hey, let's get in them holes. Mike 54.
They'll run on first down. Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Fields. And this is incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
Oh, and Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down.
Let's go. That's the way to get him going, boy.
I'm not sure that the surprise was that they actually faked it. That's classic territory to go ahead and do it. The surprise to me is that they were successful. I'm not sure the defense was really prepared.
And now they're going to keep the drive alive here. Really big play on the fake punt.
Right there.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
3rd and 2, Fields. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Second down and goal. Fields. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. It'll wind up going as a sack and a loss of 2. And now the task gets more difficult here on 3rd and goal.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Hands it off out of the gun. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Fields. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Touchdown, Chicago. In today's NFL, we talked about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. Santos now to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Lorenzo Carter. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So we come upon halftime here. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
26 mark.
Now Fields. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
To throw is Fields. This is complete to Hawkins. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 7 yards, the pickup there.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Running right through him. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Flush. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On first down, Herrick, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and now it's 3rd down. And now here's a deep shot that's complete and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Johnson on 1st and 10. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. 20. 10, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Now the point after try for Santos. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Johnson's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Johnson now to throw on 2nd down. Pass incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Johnson. Under pressure, and down he goes. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Falcons send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Onto the field now come the Bears. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now it's Fields. And this one's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
7 yards to pick up there. On second down, Herrick, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They'll keep it on the ground. Herrick. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Johnson on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Johnson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Flush to his right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Montgomery. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Toss left to Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
Atlanta regains possession of the football. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Johnson, oh, it's poked free. Football's out.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Looking to throw. Johnson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley.
It's over.
Jonathan Abram picks it. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Here's Johnson looking to throw on 2nd down. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Johnson throwing on 1st down.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Let's go.
Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Johnson now on 1st and 10. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of
everyone on offense not doing their job. But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now Johnson to throw on second down. His throw incomplete. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he can't escape, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Get him, boys. Ready, go. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
On first down, Johnson. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw on second down. Johnson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and short. From the gun, Johnson drops it to Jones in the flat. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Here's Hill on the return.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Montgomery. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's show him how to play.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Chicago, the win moved.